Hello, we're back again. We're down to the final four. Started out with 64, then went to 32, 16, and 8. And it's been fun. Last weekend, talk about that for just a little bit. Last weekend, I was 5-3 on my games picked. How about you, Gavin?
I was 6-2.
6-2. And let's see, I'm not even sure I remember who your losers were. You had Houston,
Yeah,
and I had that one wrong as well. And what other game was there?
that was it.
That was it?
Well, yeah.
So we're down to the final four. Gavin had 3 teams that he picked correctly in the final four, and I had 1. So I've got a 25% chance, and he's got, I guess you could say 75%. As you think about last weekend's game, all the publicity has to be about the UConn-Duke game. That was a pretty incredible comeback. And do you see it as Duke blew it or UConn won it, or a little bit of both?
Yeah, I think I see it as UConn won it. Duke also blew it at the same time. I think UConn just kept playing, obviously with their coaching. They have amazing coaching, and I don't think anyone in their team, just showed any quit. They're down by like 18 in the second half, and they just kept battling back and hitting shots, and I think they won that game.
As much as we've watched for 20, 30 years the Christian Laettner shot, the Braylon Mullins shot will now be going down in history as one of the great shots of all time. I can't help but get on my soapbox here when I think of Braylon Williams and Luke Ertl from Indiana high school basketball. Both of those guys should have and would have and could have went to IU. IU has got to start recruiting the state of Indiana if they want to become relevant again. I believe Luke Ertl is going to Purdue, and this young man was Mr. Basketball, and he ended up going to UConn. So good for him. That was one heck of a shot that he made. Obviously, when you've got a shot that's from that far away, a little bit of it's luck. But hey, the other thing was what Duke didn't do at the end of the game. They had a timeout left, as I understand it, and there was 10 seconds on the clock. So even if they hadn't got the ball across half court, there would have only been 2 seconds left. But when you're out on the court and things are going crazy like that, you can't always think about all the possibilities. It gets pretty crazy out there. So UConn made the plays at the end. UConn's in the Final Four. The question is UConn big enough and good enough to win it all?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I really like the winner of the Arizona-Michigan game. Both of those teams played really good in their games, and both of those teams have just shown their dominance all year. And UConn, Illinois is a tough team, but UConn has the players, they have the coaching, and Illinois, they can get hot. They have an amazing offense, and they're led by a lot of star power. But at the end of the day, I do think they could make the national championship game, but I think whoever wins that Arizona-Michigan game, no matter if it's Michigan, Arizona, I think they're going to win it all.
So do you have a favorite? You talk about the Arizona-Michigan game. Would you be leaning one way or the other?
I went back and forth, but ever since the beginning, round of 64, I said Arizona-Michigan was going to be the game that decides it, and I'm sticking with that. And if I'm really sticking with it, I'm still picking Michigan to win it all, as I did at the beginning. They're just a huge team, a lot of size, and they can really spread out the floor too. And when their defense is on, they're unstoppable. Arizona's been playing amazing this tournament, but Michigan just has size, and they also have the shooting ability that goes with that.
And I certainly wouldn't disagree. Arizona is very good, of course, but Michigan is amazing. They've got quite a team put together. So that would put Michigan in the final game. Now, on the other side, UConn and Illinois. What's your feeling there? Did UConn overplay to win that game against Duke? Illinois is pretty darn good.
Yeah, Houston struggled a lot versus Illinois. And Illinois kind of just ran them off the three-point line and forced them to take tough shots, and Houston didn't make those shots. And I like UConn a lot. I picked them in my Final Four in my bracket, and I think with how they played last game, I think the carryover will really help versus Illinois. I think it'll be a really good game, but I got UConn in a close one.
Okay, so you've got a UConn-Michigan final. It would be kind of interesting if it was Illinois-Michigan. There'd be two Big Ten teams in the final game. It could happen. But if we've got UConn and Michigan in that final game, then I got a feeling that in the end you're gonna pick Michigan.
Yeah, I have Michigan right now.
So that would make Michigan as the national champions. UConn is the runner-up, and UConn's been in the Final Four, 3 out of the last 4 years?
Yeah.
Something like that. So they have a tremendous program. Michigan is just great in almost every aspect of the game, so I couldn't disagree with that either. It'll be fun to see who wins on Saturday and then again on Monday night. But Gavin and I feel like it's probably going to be Michigan for the national championship. So I hope you've enjoyed these little talks we've had over the course of this NCAA March Madness tournament. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to make comments. But we've enjoyed doing this together. Now maybe we're going to do something weekly about baseball. Who knows? Because Major League season's around. Both of our teams have started out very poorly. I think my Red Sox are 1-5, and his White Sox are
About
1-5 also. So, and we do have the NFL draft coming up here at the end of April. That's going to be very interesting for a Bears fan and a Packers fan. So we like to talk about sports, and have a great night, everybody.